Picture this. A former royal duchess, supposedly living her dream life in a Montecito mansion, suddenly posting a 4-year-old video of herself twerking while heavily pregnant. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what Meghan Markle did this week, and the internet absolutely lost its mind. But here's the thing. This isn't just some random social media moment. This is a woman whose entire empire is falling apart, and she's pulling out every desperate trick in the book to stay relevant. Before we dive into this wild story, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're about to expose some seriously shocking details about what's really happening behind those Montecito gates. Let's start with the elephant in the room: American Riviera orchard. Remember when Meghan launched this lifestyle brand with all the fanfare of a royal wedding? Well, reports suggest it's been nothing short of a disaster. The website crashed more times than a student driver, her jam and cookie products sold out instantly but were never restocked, and international sales, forget about it. They never even existed. But that's just the beginning. Her podcast, Archetypes, got the axe from Spotify faster than you can say authenticity. And the follow-up show, Confessions of a Female Founder, was so mind-numbingly boring that even her most devoted fans couldn't sit through it. We're talking about a woman who once commanded million-dollar deals, now struggling to book guests who aren't her friends' mothers. The numbers don't lie either. Industry insiders whisper about mounting production costs, failed marketing campaigns, and a team of 19 people supposedly working around the clock with nothing substantial to show for it. When you're burning through cash this fast without generating real revenue, you've got a serious problem. Here's where things get really interesting. Sources close to the situation suggest that when Meghan married Harry, she genuinely believed she was marrying into billionaire status. The reality? Harry's not even close to being a billionaire. Reports indicate his net worth hovers around the multi-million mark, which sounds impressive until you factor in their lifestyle costs. We're talking about a couple maintaining a 16-bathroom mansion in one of California's most expensive neighborhoods, private security that reportedly costs hundreds of thousands annually, and legal bills that keep piling up from various lawsuits. When your monthly expenses rival small countries' GDP, even millions don't stretch very far. Industry watchers note the stark contrast between Meghan's expectations and reality. She reportedly expected the royal lifestyle to come with royal wealth, but discovered that being a working royal means exactly that: working for others, not building personal empires. The shock of this financial reality has allegedly been driving many of her recent business decisions. So what happens when your business ventures fail and your bank account starts looking concerning? You play the fame game harder than ever before. Entertainment industry experts suggest this is exactly what we're witnessing with Meghan's recent media blitz. Think about it. In the span of just 2 weeks, we got surprise podcast episodes, Instagram posts showing more of her children than ever before, interviews about shutting down her business, then contradictory posts suggesting it's back up and running. This isn't coincidence. This is calculated chaos designed to keep her name trending. The strategy is simple but risky. Generate so much buzz that something, anything, will stick. Maybe a streaming deal, perhaps a brand partnership, possibly even a reality show offer. Sources in Hollywood describe this as the throw everything at the wall approach, typically used by celebrities whose careers are in serious trouble. But here's the problem with this strategy. It makes you look desperate, and desperation isn't a good look in Hollywood. Industry insiders suggest that major brands and networks are increasingly wary of working with someone whose publicity feels this manufactured and chaotic. Now let's talk about that video that broke the internet for all the wrong reasons. A clip shows a heavily pregnant Meghan dancing and twerking alongside Harry, supposedly from 4 years ago. But eagle-eyed viewers immediately started pointing out inconsistencies that have social media buzzing with speculation. First, there's the baby bump itself. Pregnancy experts and mothers online have been dissecting every frame, noting what they describe as unusual positioning, shape, and movement. Some claim it looks more like a prosthetic than a natural pregnancy, though these remain unverified observations from social media users. Then there's the timing question. Why release this specific video now? Entertainment strategists suggest it's a calculated move to humanize her image and generate sympathy, but it may have backfired spectacularly. Instead of relatable royal, many viewers saw a desperate attention grab. The production quality also raised eyebrows. This wasn't some candid home video. It appears professionally shot and edited. That means someone made a conscious decision to film this intimate moment, and then, years later, decided it was worth releasing to the public. The calculation behind that decision tells us everything about where Meghan's priorities currently lie. Section 5. Business blunders. The logo scandal. If you thought the twerking video was embarrassing, wait until you hear about the logo controversy. that has branding experts absolutely stunned. Sharp-eyed observers notice that American Riviera Orchard's logo bears a striking resemblance to imagery associated with Nazi Germany's Afrika Korps Desert Army insignia. Now, before anyone jumps to conclusions, there's no suggestion that this was intentional. But that's almost worse from a business perspective. It suggests a level of research negligence that's frankly inexcusable for a brand with this level of scrutiny and budget. Professional brand consultants explain that logo development typically involves extensive research to avoid exactly these kinds of associations. The fact that this slipped through suggests either inadequate vetting processes or a team that's not performing due diligence. Neither option inspires confidence in the brand's management. This isn't Meghan's first intellectual property controversy either. Her previous venture faced similar issues with trademark conflicts, suggesting a pattern of rushed decision-making without proper legal and research groundwork. In the branding world, these mistakes can be fatal to a company's reputation. Perhaps, nothing illustrates Meghan's current desperation more clearly than her approach to family privacy. Remember, this is the same woman who sued multiple media outlets for invasion of privacy, claiming she just wanted to live quietly with her family away from public scrutiny. Fast forward to today, and she's posting carefully curated glimpses of her children, sharing intimate family moments, and essentially commodifying her private life for public consumption. The contradiction is so stark that even her supporters are struggling to reconcile these two versions of her priorities. Child psychology experts have raised concerns about this approach, noting that using children as content for social media engagement can have long-term psychological impacts. The fact that these posts always seem to coincide with business launches or career announcements suggests they're being used as marketing tools rather than genuine family sharing. Industry observers note that this strategy might provide short-term attention but could damage her long-term credibility. Once you start selling your family's privacy, it becomes increasingly difficult to claim you value that privacy when it's convenient. Let's talk numbers for a moment, because the financial picture reportedly gets more concerning when you look at the details. Legal experts estimate that Harry and Meghan's various lawsuits have cost them well over $1 million, with some suggesting the figure could be approaching $2 million. Then there are the production costs for failed ventures. Industry insiders suggest that launching American Riviera Orchard, even in its limited form, required significant upfront investment in branding, product development, marketing, and staffing. With minimal returns and no sustainable revenue stream, that investment is looking increasingly problematic. Add to this their reported monthly expenses, security, staff, property maintenance, and lifestyle costs. And you've got a situation where outgoing expenses may be significantly exceeding incoming revenue. Financial advisors note that this is precisely the scenario that forces celebrities into increasingly desperate publicity moves. The pressure is allegedly intensified by their Montecito social circle, where they're surrounded by genuinely wealthy individuals like Oprah and Ellen. Maintaining appearances in that environment while dealing with financial constraints creates additional stress and potentially drives riskier decisions. To understand just how far Meghan's brand has fallen, let's compare her situation to other celebrity lifestyle brands that actually work. Take someone like Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. Love it or hate it, it's built a sustainable business model with consistent product launches, reliable inventory, and a clear target audience. Or look at Joanna Gaines's Magnolia Empire. It grew organically, from genuine expertise and maintained authenticity throughout its expansion. These brands succeed because they offer real value to consumers, not just celebrity association. Meghan's approach seems to be the opposite. Launch with maximum fanfare, minimal product development, and hope that royal connection carries everything. Industry experts suggest this strategy might have worked in 2018, but today's consumers are more sophisticated and demanding. The contrast becomes even more stark when you consider established royal brands. The late Queen's various product endorsements and brand associations were built on decades of consistent public service and genuine expertise. Meghan's attempting to shortcut that process, and the results speak for themselves. So where does this leave Meghan Markle? Industry watchers suggest we're witnessing a woman caught between two worlds. No longer royal enough for that cash, but not authentic enough for the lifestyle guru space she's trying to occupy. The twerking video might have been intended as a humanizing moment, but many see it as confirmation that she's lost control of her narrative. When you're reduced to posting old pregnancy videos for attention, you've essentially admitted that your current content isn't compelling enough to stand on its own. Financial pressures reportedly continue mounting, with failed business ventures leaving her scrambling for new revenue streams. The problem is that each desperate publicity grab makes her less attractive to serious business partners and brands who value stability and authenticity. Some entertainment industry insiders suggest this could be her jumping the shark moment, the point where public perception shifts from curiosity to pity, and from there to irrelevance. Once that happens, the path back to relevance becomes exponentially more difficult. The Meghan Markle story has always been about transformation, from actress to royal to independent brand. But this latest chapter suggests a transformation she probably never intended, from calculated celebrity to cautionary tale. Whether she can pull out of this spiral depends largely on her next moves. Will she double down on the attention-seeking behavior or step back and rebuild with more substance? The twerking video suggests she's chosen the former, and that might be the decision that defines the rest of her public career. The real tragedy here might be that there was genuine potential. A former royal with Hollywood connections and global recognition should have been able to build something meaningful. Instead, we're watching what appears to be a slow-motion career implosion. Broadcast. Live on social media for the world to see? What do you think? Is this really the end for Meghan's brand ambitions? Or is this all part of some master plan we don't understand yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because celebrity meltdowns this spectacular don't happen every day, and when they do, we'll be here to break it all down for you.